You're now tuned into Fresh Heat Radio.
You already know. Fresh Heat Radio back in the building.
All right, no, it's been a minute. It's been a minute.
D out here. Talk to these people, man. Let them know what's good.
Yeah, you already know. It's been a minute. We've been gone for a couple weeks, but we back at y'all this week. I mean, we got another good episode. But before we get into that, make sure y'all go on hit that like and subscribe button down there at the bottom. Make sure y'all tuning in. You know what I mean? When we give y'all that fresh heat every week like we supposed to out here. So what we talking about today?
Yo, so it was crazy. I was having this conversation actually with one of the coworkers because they're like a young boy, right? So he's talking about how his social media is popping and how he's talking to all these girls on social media, and it made me laugh because I'm starting to get into the old school feel. Like I'm really not really with the social media. I go on there a couple times, see a couple stories, but not on it heavy. Like, and then I thought about like this cat is like 19, 20, like. When I was 19 and 20, it wasn't really social media heavy. And I loved that environment. But the way to see how people love it now, like, it's interesting. So I really want to bring as a subject, how has social media changed the world? Because I feel like it's had a dramatic impact, not just on youth, but like on the world. And I mean, like I said, from my basic experience was just the dating aspect. Like, this dude was on Instagram talking to this girl all day, like on Instagram. Like he hasn't even met this girl in real life, but they've been having long conversations, exchanging pictures, doing FaceTime, but a majority of their time is on Instagram, dog. What, how do you feel about, let's rewind, because I don't want to dive too deep too quick. But how do you feel about this social media and how do you feel like it's impacted the world?
So it's, for me, it's a double-edged sword, right? You know what I mean? Like, you got two sides to this coin where social media, I really feel like, can be as good as it can be bad depending on how you try to use it. And it gets tricky. So there's a documentary on Netflix. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I want to say it's like The Social Experiment or something like that, where it goes into social media exactly because you actually, I really think it's like addicting. You know what I mean? Like it goes into exactly why it is addicting and why social media is essentially a drug, the way your body responds.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, right. The way your body responds to social media, it literally is like it responds to a drug. You know what I mean? Like you get endorphins from it, you get a high from it when you get likes and responses on your post. And then not only that, but when you're not on it, you fiend for it. You know what I mean? You want to be on it. You look to get on it. And then they know that, so then they send you, that's where they got pings and different notifications will pop up to try to draw you back to the app, even if you don't want to be on. Prime example, Facebook. I got off of social media I'll get off every now and again for an extended time just when I feel like I need to increase my productivity, right? I'll hop on. For, 2-3 weeks, a month, however long period I need to grind out.
Okay.
Facebook, right? I be on Facebook, I got the app. Facebook don't never send me no emails for nothing. If I get notifications for anything, it'll just pop up a little red bubble on the app, right?
And get you.
Right. I delete the app completely. I don't delete my social media. I don't deactivate my Facebook or anything. I'll just delete the app off my phone. That way it makes it harder for me to access. I can't just push the button and I'm on social media.
Right.
Right. You know what I mean? So after about a week, maybe 2 weeks of not being on Facebook, I started to get not notifications to where they would pop up on my phone normally, but they started to email me notifications out of nowhere. I started getting emails from Facebook for notifications, that shit that's happening on my Facebook, because I haven't logged in so damn long. I haven't accessed the app in so long. They look for other ways if you haven't been on the app. Like they can track you. You know what I mean? They can see how much time you spend on the app. They can see what posts you like. They create shit and filter shit and form stuff to specifically cater to you. This is why your timeline doesn't look like anybody else's timeline. Your timeline is specific to you. You can be on the internet and it's the same thing all up and down the internet all day long, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's all algorithms. You know what I mean? So they're gonna consistently put stuff in front of you that you like to look at because they want you to look at more stuff, right? You know what I mean? Like that's just how it works, right? So what ends up happening is your timeline where you might see the same stuff all day long, and for you it's all over the internet, right? You know what I mean? Because it's all over your internet. But in somebody else's phone, I guarantee you, even in Dr. Renee's phone, you go look in Dr. Renee's phone, yeah, her timeline, it's gonna look different than your timeline. And y'all in the same house. You know what I mean? Like y'all talk about the same topics. Y'all have the same interests. You know what I mean? You would think it would be, but stuff that's on your timeline all day isn't gonna be on hers. Hers is catered specifically to her. Just like yours is catered specifically to you. I can't remember the name of the documentary, but it was really good. So yeah, I definitely believe that social media definitely has its purpose. I feel like if you use it for what you're supposed to use it for, which is, well, I'm gonna say not what you're supposed to use.
I was just about to go there. I was like, so what are we supposed to use this tool for? Because my thing is so multifaceted, right? I'm thinking advertisement. I feel like that's the most powerful tool because that thing is literally 24/7. Like you don't turn off social media. That post is still going to be the same post if you post it now or whatever. And if it notifies somebody, that's going to get the ping. That's what you want, their attention. It's like people remind me at Vegas when people be popping them cards of them girls, but you're not paying attention to the girls, but you're paying attention to the pop, 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 pop.
Right.
To the pop. So with social media, same thing. And I want to get back to what you said about the addiction piece. I think that's interesting because I almost feel like it's on the same level of like pornography. I think it's such an instantaneous, like in your face right now. You don't got to wait for it and everything like comes to fruition. Like if you want to feel good about yourself, like you said, the algorithm will build you right up. If you're feeling depressed, the algorithm will figure that out and be like, nope, you got to make sure he's feeling good. But you need it and you start to crave for it because, like you said, the endorphins and the serotonin gets released in your brain from looking at that. But it's that instantaneous release. Just like if you're watching pornography, you're looking at porn and you're like, oh, this is instantaneous. I don't got to work for it. It's there. The visual's there. Boom. Same thing with social media. The visual's there. And with most human beings being like 70% visual, that is a powerful tool. So how do you if somebody let's go a little deeper on this addiction piece. If somebody's addicted, what are like signs? And I know it's gonna be different than like an alcohol or a crack cocaine addiction. But what are some what would you say are like the top 5 signs that somebody is addicted to social media?
So I mean, the number one sign is that you consistently are on the thing, right? You know what I mean? Like you're consistently on some form or shape, form or fashion on social media. And this is a problem that you'll consistently see people in their phone, right? You know what I mean? And it takes, and this is how you know when it's not necessarily you're fully addicted, but when it's gonna be, when there's an addiction, you know what I mean, is when you have to make a conscious effort to not look at it. Right? You know what I mean? And this is what I took it as. Because to me, I look at it as the exact same thing. Like pornography, like cigarettes, like alcohol, like any other thing that you can take an addiction to. I approach it the exact same way. To where once I start feeling that need of where I just have to be on it or I just need to have it, you know what I mean? It scares me personally. I don't like
Absolutely.
That. I gotta get off of it. I gotta get off of it.
And you know what? Speaking of, I think this is a good segue to the topic. Perfect example. We had bachelor party, right? We went to the Dave Chappelle show. When they locked up Cat's phones, it was really interesting to look around and see the people that were kind of like starting to scratch, starting to itch, get comfortable, adjust, be like, wait, I need my phone. And even before they were handing over. So like we probably saw a number of addicts, and I'll say for myself, I'm not really on social media that much, but maybe the dependency on text was shown. Or maybe the dependency on, oh man, I might get called. I want to be able to answer like the dependency on the phone itself. And now having a mobile way to have access to social media is crazy. That's like a mobile addiction.
People have just really grown super attached to their personal phone. Like the phone in and of itself and that connection to your phone. Your phone cannot have service. Your phone cannot have internet. Your phone cannot be on Wi-Fi. Your phone can literally just be a brick with contacts and names on it, and you still gonna clutch that mug like it's the most important thing in your life. You're not trying to lose it. You're not trying to come up off it. And then when it is connected like that, it has become the new lifeline. Like people like you like, yo, how old were you when you got your first cell phone?
And I was just about to say that, Z. I know for a fact.
I was working.
19.
Yeah, I had a job when I bought mine.
And mind you, that was not an internet phone. That was a Nokia. Like a Nokia blue brick joint with Snake.
With Snake. I know. I remember the
with
Nokia.
Snake. Like that's what I had.
Snake.
And matter of fact, I'm gonna even go even further. The first one that I had that could connect to the internet, and we're talking like a fast-paced internet, had to be once I graduated from college because I copped the Palm Trio. Like that's like legit 2003, 2004.
See, and you a couple years. I mean, forget because you still a couple years older than me. Because I was. It was about. I think I was about 11th grade, maybe, when I got my first one that I paid for myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because Mom Dukes was definitely not getting those cell phones.
Right. That was look like a beeper or something.
Right. And that was me. And then when I went to college, Grandma was paying my cell phone bill, but I didn't have text message because she wasn't paying all that extra. It was just getting new. Social media, Facebook just came out. And
and Facebook didn't even have our schools on there. You had to ask to add schools on that boy.
It was the school. You had to have a school account before you can even get on the joint. It wasn't open to everybody. I remember it was just coming out. Everything was just coming out. And it was cool because it was new and it was a way to connect people and you didn't have to be face to face and it was just a social environment on the internet. You know what I mean? But then it turned into something that nobody expected.
Fact.
You know what I mean? Originally, which is this addiction to that social acceptance. It's the same addiction. It's the same wanting of social acceptance that people have in real life. Only. So this is the thing, and they talk about it a little bit in the documentary. I'm trying to tell you, bro. You got to watch this, John. They talk about it like they was like the human, the human psychology. You know what I mean? The psychology, the mind, the human mind has only developed but so far over even the last 1,000 years, right? You know what I mean? Like people, how they are today, are essentially how they were built 1,000 years ago. There hasn't been too much evolution in the actual person, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? So with that being said, when you introduce technology to people, this is what's accelerating it. So then you have social media that's exposing you to millions of people and millions of opinions, right? And millions of ideals all at one time. You know what I mean? When the human psychology is only really able to handle small villages. That's what I'm saying. Like as a person, you're not supposed to be able to process and accept and dissect millions of opinions on yourself, right? You know what I mean? Like traditionally, the only people that you really care about how they think of you is the people in your household, or the people in your class, or the people in your school, or very small numbers. But as soon as you put yourself on the internet, you're open to everybody.
Legit
right?
everybody too.
Any and everybody, you open yourself up to that, and it puts you in a really hard space because it creates this false persona of one, what other people think matters, which isn't, you know what I mean, which isn't the truth, and number two, nothing that you never know what's real and what's fake. So then you're comparing yourself to a false narrative completely.
Facts.
That's what's killing the young crowd.
Yep.
Crowds like us who were functional and in there before social media, and we seen it before social media, and we seen social media come into play, and we've seen how social media has developed. This is how I know when I've had enough social media, because I'm on it and I'm just like, okay, I've had enough. As I get older, it's certain things on there that's just like, okay, I'm over social media. I can go without the internet. It gets a little bit tougher because it's a fun thing to be on. You know what I mean? Like social media is a fun thing to be on.
Absolutely.
However, I don't need it. I understand I don't need it because there was at one point in time where I was functioning without it, right? You know what I mean?
And I don't know if I could go back to that. Like, it's hard to go back to that.
I can periodically, for short periods of time. Social media is here to stay. It's not going to go anywhere. And once again, it's a tool, but depending on how you use the tool, it's going to determine whether it's good or bad. But the point that I was getting at is people like me and you can differentiate a time before social media.
True.
People like my son who's in the ninth grade, it's been there his entire life. You know what I mean? Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all the rest of these little apps, you know what I mean? They're constantly, they've been there his entire life. This man has had a cell phone since he was 5th grade, I think,
And
maybe.
that's natural, and then they become more cheaper because, I
They
mean,
get
really, the investment in it isn't really the cell phone. It's to give somebody access to that social
Access.
media or app world that they can make even more money off of. So that $1,000 investment or whatever you're paying for the cell phone to make sure, because now I'm trying to think, is there even any more flip phones? Like, I remember the flip phone was the joint back in like matter of fact, that was junior year in college for me. Like, if you had a flip phone and you could put it on the side of your tall tee, like, you was the dude on that.
You was good with the
joint.
phone clip, and you tucked your joint on the
You was
inside
dude
of the
on
clip,
that.
had one side of the shirt up. I remember.
Absolutely, with the cell phone showing, looking like Cameron back in '02. But like,
I remember.
that's not gonna be the thing like anymore. Like, Doug, I think I just hit a point, like you said, really like noticing the changes of like life, like, and it's almost like I don't feel old, but I do feel like you said, I remember when there was no social media. Like, you always hear old cats talking about some, man, shoot, I remember when we had to go all the way up to here to do this and this and that. And you're like, man, you old. Like, we can do that, like, instantly. Like, oh, I remember a time, well, no DVD player. We had the VHS. Yeah, I mean, that's cool, but we got DVDs now. But now it's like, I remember a time I used to go up to a lady or go up to my friend's house and we used to chill and talk. Now it's, oh yeah, I hit my boy up on Instagram yesterday. Or yeah, I just found this pretty girl and I'm talking to her on Instagram. Or I follow this person on TikTok. I realized it was so different going to different places and people would be like, yo, what's your Instagram?
What's your gram?
What?
Yo, prime examples though. So Jay's in high school, freshman year, right?
Facts.
Right? Freshman year. He just started school on
New
Monday.
kid on the block, mind you.
Just started school. Just started school on Monday, right? You know what I mean? Jay got Instagram, Jay got Snapchat, you know what I mean? And he verbatim, yo, by the end of the week, but he just started this school on Monday. He started a couple weeks late. They was already been in school for like 2 weeks already. He just started school on Monday. So by the end of the week, everybody had this man Snap. Everybody had this man Instagram. And not just people that he physically met, but people that he ain't even met yet. You know what I mean? Like, people that he ain't
like,
even
yo,
met
you
yet
need to
already.
be up on the young boy, holla at him.
It gives you immediate access, right? And this is the powerful thing about it, because it's not social media that makes social media powerful. It's not the Facebook program, it's the internet, right? You know what I mean? What all social media did was, all the internet was previous to social media, is people passing information back and forth really, really fast. We found a fast way to pass information back and forth. When you introduce social media to it, then all it is just taking you and putting you on the internet, right? You know what I mean? Like, that's it. That's it.
And
So
what
now,
does
instead of
everybody want?
passing
That type of
information
attention
back
anyway.
and forth, you said what?
I said, and what does everybody want? That type of attention anyway.
That's it. You know what I mean? So once you put yourself on the internet and you can pass yourself back and forth as fast as you want, you know what I mean? Like, this is what Snapchat is. This is what Instagram is. This is what Facebook is. You know what I mean? But at the same time, the double edge of it is, yeah, you can use it to accelerate just as fast, just as much as you can use it to destroy, right? You know what I mean? And this is what I'm saying. And this is the hard part, because it's so influential. You know what I mean? It's so influential that it's gotten to a point where governments have started to use it for propaganda.
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
You know what I mean? Governments have started to use Facebook as propaganda, because you get on your phone, I saw it on Facebook. I saw it on the internet.
Absolutely.
It's got to be true. It's got to be true, because it's been all up. It's been on my timeline all day. It's all over the internet. Not knowing that your internet, your timeline, your phone, your algorithms are specifically catered to you. So whatever you click, it's just gonna show you more of that shit,
Exactly.
right? You know what I mean? That's it. It's not gonna show you. Whatever I click is not gonna show you more of that, right? Whatever you click is not gonna show me more of that. Whatever you click is just gonna continue to show you more of that shit, because clearly that's what you like. And if you don't like it, you're not gonna click it. You're gonna click on something else. And the more shit you.
Exactly. I didn't mean to cut you off, but like you said, it's funny because like Google News, right? I hit the G every morning because I want to see what's happening in the news. But it's really, like you said, a skewed view of the news to where you feel like you're impacting what's happening on in the world, again feeding your ego to where you're like, oh yeah, I'm checking the news. Y'all was just talking about this the other day. You think it's a coincidence that you were just talking about this the other day and it pops up on your news feed? Or you were thinking these things, or you were along this train of thought? Nigga, I'm gonna tell you right now, I think the internet's getting so smart, it's starting to predict what you want to be interested in, and that's the scary part.
You got to watch this. You got to watch this documentary. I'm gonna send you the link after we get off of this. No,
and definitely put that out there for the people. Like, definitely.
Yeah, matter of fact, yeah. I'm talking about. I'm gonna hit you with the link. I'm gonna go ahead and put the title of it. It'll be in the description after we get off of this. Go ahead and check down there. You know what I mean? It's on Netflix. I gotta remember. It's like, I want to say it's like the social experiment or something like that. But I'll definitely put the name of it. It'll be in the description.
That sounds dope. That sounds dope.
Check it out. But yo, it's crazy because it specifically speaks on social media and how it's intentionally, because it's not the social media that intentionally tries to pick at you.
Right.
It's monetary. It's the advertisement, right?
Yep.
Social media has to make their money. That's how they get paid. They get paid through advertisement. So what they do is they try to specifically dial in advertisements for you, right? You know what I mean? So the only time they can dial in advertisements for you is to consistently show you stuff that you like to watch and then slide advertisements in between them, right? You know what I mean? But you watching a video, this video goes off, an advertisement pops up. You may fast forward through that and go to the next video. You might just let it rock for a minute. You know what I mean? It might be an advertisement that you like. It might not be. However, the next video that's popping up is only meant to keep your attention into the next advertisement, right?
Right.
And that's all the algorithm is. It's just supposed to keep your attention until the next advertisement pops up. If you like that one, cool. All right. If you don't like that one, we got another video,
right,
or post or something that's gonna keep your attention until the next fucking advertisement pops up.
Fact.
It's just a game, yeah. And as soon as you get off of social media, as soon as you get off of these ads, and they see that you haven't logged in some time, this is where the pings come in. This is where the notifications come in. This is where the emails start dropping. We ain't heard from you in the right. So then this is what they do. They'll constantly send out the notifications, and these are the things that you got to combat against, right? This is what they talk about in the documentary, as far as if you want to get away from that grip. You can't just delete the social media. Like, you got to cut off all your notifications. Like, they will reach out and ping your phone and make you pick your phone up as much as possible, because that's the ultimate goal, because that's how they make their money. They're not going to make any money if your phone isn't in your hand. So the ultimate goal is to keep your phone in your hand as much as possible. And how do they do that? They created algorithms that are specifically designed to go out there based off of the stuff that you've clicked on. The algorithms is putting it together to keep more of that type of stuff coming to you. I specifically, so this is around the time it was the election time. Things were super heavily political on the internet. You know what I mean? It's blue versus red. It's left versus right. You know what I mean? It's heavy right around the time of the election, right? This is when I see this documentary, and I do my own little experiment. I was like, that's crazy. And it's wild because my timeline was becoming increasingly political.
Right. And why is that?
Why is that? It never was before. I'm not following a whole bunch of new people. Why is it that I'm only seeing like the same 5 to 10 people consistently on my timeline, and I've got 500-600 friends on my phone?
Facts that I need to contact.
Right, you only see the same people over and over, and it's really only the same people that really agree with what you're saying.
And you right about that.
Opinion ain't making it in the algorithm, right?
Nah.
You know what I mean? Anybody who think different than you ain't gonna find, you're not gonna find them in your timeline right at the top. It's the people that are liking your posts. It's the people that are talking the same things that you're talking. It's the people that you interact with the most are the ones that's gonna pop up. And the people that you interact with the most are gonna consistently be people that think the same way that you do. Right? You know what I mean? So what social media does, and where the dangerous part is, it's designed initially to expose you to a variety of opinions and ideals of people. What it really does is, when used in the wrong way or unwittingly, it blocks you from a plethora of different views and ideals and opinions. It only puts you in a funnel where people think like you, speak like you, talk like you, and then it just pushes your ideals right, wrong, or indifferent even further.
Right.
Right? If you were already down the wrong path of some train of thought, you know what I mean, then the internet don't care. And you know what I mean? Internet don't care at all whether you violent, non-violent, you know what I mean, whether you peaceful, whether
It's just
you
trying to
know what I mean?
feed you. It's just trying to feed
It's
you.
just trying to get you to the next advertisement.
Right.
So whatever video, whatever rabbit hole that you down, they just gonna keep you down that rabbit hole. You know what I mean? Like that's how it's designed to be. So I did it. I got on Facebook. I cleaned up my timeline. Followed a couple people. I stopped liking. I just stopped liking a lot of stuff on the internet, especially political posts. I just stopped liking them altogether. And then like a couple weeks time, it cleaned itself up.
That's wild, though. That's so wild.
My timeline completely changed. And stuff started getting funny again. You know what I mean? 'Cause that's what I like.
Stuff started getting funny again.
Social media is a source of entertainment for me. If I'm not laughing, joking, then I'm not really trying to be on it. Yeah, I waste a lot of time doing that. But I'm not the one to get on here and be super political and be out here trying to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't choose to use social media for that. I don't knock anybody who does choose to use social media for that, but that's just not my choice either. I'm gonna make a couple dollars on that bitch, or I'm gonna be laughing on that.
Fact, and that's fact.
One of them two.
Shout out to Fresh Heat Radio.
Right. You know what I mean? Like if we ain't recording Fresh Heat or I ain't cracking up at some funny stuff on the gram, I'm good. Everything I need is here in real life, not on the
And
internet.
legit in real life, my man.
Right.
Yo, I'm gonna bring it back to a quote my man said. Yo, don't get trapped living in your past or a fake life. That's what my man Z. He told me. Don't get trapped living in it. Don't get trapped.
It's a dead road, my guy. I'm tell you, that trip, memory lane is a dead road, my guy.
It definitely is. It definitely is. Be up on some Wizard of Oz, up in the poppies, sleep, dreaming. That's it. That's it. That's it. Yo, honestly, man, I like this. I think we can go a little further with this, but this is going to be an hour episode. And we try to keep it to 25 because I know people got stuff to do. But I'm just glad we got a chance to touch the people again. Always been a pleasure, my guy. So I think what I want to do next one, I want to keep on this social media thing, but also see how it's affected sports and entertainment. I feel like back in the day, like an NBA player could knock out 90 points. You probably wouldn't know till like 20 days later. NBA teams, like you can view everybody now. Drama with people in the entertainment world. You got instant access to that now. I definitely want to go back at it.
It's social media. So social media, honestly, to me, is one and the same when you refer to the internet, right? You know what I mean? Social media is just it's no different than AOL, chat rooms, all of that stuff.
Chat room.
That's what I'm saying. It's just a more evolved form of it,
That's
but the
right.
essential ideal of it is to bring people together expeditiously, right? Bring people from all over the world. Literally, the internet connects people from all walks of life together. People that you would never see, meet, ever be at their front door. It's people in all different parts of the country that can get on their cell phone, their laptop, whatever connects to the internet. You can be interacting with them for entertainment, for business, for commerce, trade, whatever the case may be. You can pick up your phone and your tablet and connect to the internet. That's what this is about. Next episode we can get into social media specifically, but it's the internet, it's the internet exactly, and how that shit is killing the entertainment industry right now.
Yo, sign us out before we go for another 45. Sign us out right now. Sign us out. Sign us out.
You're right. So we're gonna wrap it up here. It's been a good show with y'all. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Before y'all log off, definitely make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe. Definitely check out Peep Back In. I'm gonna put that title to the documentary down there as well. If y'all got whatever opinions y'all got, make sure y'all put those in the comments too. We definitely checking those out. Y'all got any topics that y'all want to talk about next week? Throw those down there in the comments as well. We'll definitely be checking those out. It's been a good one. We gonna catch y'all next week for sure. So what you got?
Nah, that's it, man. You already know I'm gonna just hit us off with the final thing. Adios.
Adios.